Hello everybody, Cam S here. Welcome back to Chasing Tails. In this video, we have a little bit of a gap between the two firearm seasons here. So I'm gonna head out with my bow right now to try to fill my final tag of my season. As you know from my last video, I filled my last tag with using a pistol. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out right now. And it was a very interesting method that I've never done before, and it was a very fun hunt. So if you haven't checked that out already, go check that out right now, and hopefully we can fill the final tag with my Hoyt. Well, that was interesting. On my way to the tree stand, I had 3 bucks come running right at me. I don't know if they were on a hot doe or what. There was one really small one and a nice one. They ran right by me. And a very big one, which is the one that I thought I shot earlier this year when I had to make that quick shot. And it didn't happen to be the big one that I was after. The big one that stopped right by me on my walk in was the big one that I was after. So I pulled my phone out real quick and tried to record, so hopefully I got that for you. But I did scare him off, so hopefully he did not run over onto the neighbor's property. And if he did, hopefully the neighbor's not hunting, so that way he makes it to the next season. Because if he makes it to the next season, you'll be a giant. Shortly after, I had a doe come in, but she ended up catching my scent. Quite a bit of time passed without seeing much more, and the big buck decided to come back to taunt me. Well, I guess that re-emphasizes the fact that I should have been a little bit more patient with my final buck tag this year, because that was the one that one of the ones that I was after this year that I screwed up on twice when my arrow fell off the nock, and then the second time when he came through too fast for me to get a shot on him. And he came in tonight at less than 15 yards, and decided that he was going to lay down just to taunt me, I guess, because that's exactly what he did. So that's the same one I saw earlier tonight that I recorded on my phone, and at least we know that he didn't, when I scared him the first time, he didn't run over to the neighbors and get shot tonight. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that he makes it to next season. Well, the firearm season is back underway here, so
I'm still going to try to get a deer down with my bow, but I have very limited time left. So if I can't make something happen within these next 2 sits, I may have to switch over to using a firearm. But as of right now, we're going out with a Hoyt still, and hopefully going to make the Hoyt RX5 Ultra 3 for 3.
Not too long into the hunt, I had 2 does start to head my way. And I could not tell if the bigger of the 2 was a shooter or not. But they seemed to make the decision for me. I then went much of my hunt without seeing anything else, then I finally had a small buck make his way underneath me.
I think I've only got 2 more sits of the weekend, so my time is really running out. Actually, maybe only 1 more sit. Really depends on how my day goes tomorrow, if I'll be able to get out tomorrow evening, but hopefully we can get it done by the end of the weekend, because like I said, the season's coming to an end really quick, and I don't know when the next chance will be for me to be out in the woods before the season ends. So hopefully we can get it done to fill this final tag. I may have to pull out firearm. I would like to try to finish it with my bow, but we will just have to see. I was very surprised that we only saw 3 deer tonight, but hopefully the next time we're out here we see a lot more. It is my last sit of the weekend, so hopefully we can get something done. I will see you on the tree stand.
After a very eventful morning, I finally had one within range.
Well, that's frustrating. I just had 3 does coming over there. I could only get the one on camera for you. And the only reason I couldn't shoot that one is because there was a little branch just towards the edge of her, like, vitals. From the angle that I'm at, I don't think it was visible on camera, but I didn't want to deflect the shot and make a bad shot, so I was hoping she was going to come out in the trail or in the open. Then all of a sudden, deer started running over here. I have no idea if they were being chased by a buck or if they got my wind, but as soon as they took off, those 3 that are over here turned around and ran the opposite direction. So every deer I've seen this morning has ran away, and I've seen quite a bit. I don't know what's going on.
Well, another unsuccessful hunt. We were very close on the one, but all the deer were super skittish today, and the ones on the opposite direction scared her off, and that was it. So time is running short, but I still have at least one more weekend where I can head out with my bow. So hopefully we can get it done next weekend. I know I won't be able to head out anymore this weekend. So I will see you then. We are out again. There's a fresh coat of snow and it's pretty cold. So hopefully the deer are moving. I will see you out in the tree stand. Well, I saw a lot of deer. I couldn't get many on camera because they were either too far away or in the thick stuff, but I saw a lot of deer, and the only ones that came close enough saw me, so not sure if I'll head back there in the morning or try out a different tree stand, so I will let you know. It's the following morning. I'm still not necessarily completely sure where I'm going to sit because the wind is best for the tree stand that I was in last night. But I feel like every single deer that comes out sees me right away because that tree stand is so low. And now that all the cover's gone from all the leaves dropping, it's not necessarily the most ideal position. So I may switch it up to a different tree stand, but the wind is not very good for it. So I guess I'll kind of just decide as I'm walking out, and you will see where I end up, I guess. I decided to sit in the best stand for filming, so I am in a different spot today. So hopefully everything works out.
Not too long into the hunt, I noticed quite a bit of movement off in the distance. They appeared that they were going to end up going down my right shooting lane, but then they started to cut towards the center one. This resulted in me having to move the camera behind my back to try to get it down the right shooting lane. But all of this movement must have caught the eye of the deer. Not too long after these ones ran off, a new group of does moved in from the opposite direction. But luckily these does didn't spook far because they looped around to my other trail. But from my angle, that upper branch was right in the way for a shot.
Dang it. They were all on top of me, and I couldn't get drawn back. And I drew back real quick, and I don't know if she heard me or caught me out of her corner of her eye, but she trotted quickly off the lane. So, I don't know. And then the other big group of does I saw this morning walked by my other tree stand, so not having the best luck this morning.
Shortly after, I had 2 more does move in, but they noticed me very quickly. Then on the opposite trail, I had 2 more does make their way in. Some time passed, and then I noticed a huge group of does making their way towards me. Then I picked out what seemed to be the biggest doe of the group. But she moved too quick across the trail to give me a clean shot. But luckily, she was heading for my other trail.
Finally, I'm not even joking, there was probably 30 does all right there. I couldn't figure out what trail to put the camera down because I couldn't tell where the big doe was going to come out at because there was a bunch of big ones. And of course, as soon as I moved my camera to this trail right here, I had 3 really big ones walk across this one. But it all worked out because the really big one ended up walking out right there. I think she was right in front of my GoPro too. But I can see blood from the tree stand right now. So I think I can see a lot of blood from the tree stand. I think I saw her go down, but I'm not sure. She ran that way and then kind of looped this way a little bit, I think. And then just kind of stood there for a second. Then I saw her go that way, and I think I saw her go down, but I'm not sure. But I had a very tough morning. I thought that was gonna blow up right in my face because when I moved my camera, a small deer saw me right there. I thought for sure that it was gonna be all over, and she saw me drop back, so I just decided to take the shot, and telling by the blood that's on the ground right now, I think everything worked out. And I'm shaking again, but it's also really cold, so I'll say it's a combination of both. So this is my view from the tree stand, and as you can tell, looks like we're gonna have a good blood trail. Just got down and I'm where the arrow hit, and I don't think there's gonna be much tracking because
This is my arrow right there, and that is the blood trail, so I don't think she'll be very far. Like I said, I think I saw her go down, but we will follow the blood trail. Like I said, up in the tree stand, she kind of took a right, and I'm guessing this is where she stood still for a second. There she is. Looking at the deer, right there is the entry, which is a little high, and I will flip her over for the exit. And then right there is the exit. So with the way that she was quartering towards me, it turned out to be a pretty decent shot. Well, I'm now 3 for 3 with the Hoyt RX5 Ultra, and it did not disappoint. I'm very glad that I went with this bow, and these are some of the best shots this year that I've ever made with a compound bow. She didn't go probably 40 yards before she expired, so very happy with this bow, very happy with these broadheads, and very happy with how my season turned out. And I guess that's just a wrap for the 2021 season. I think this is probably the latest I've ever bow hunted in a year, but it was a very good season. I hope you all enjoyed the season with me. This is probably our last whitetail hunt of the year. Probably have 2 more videos of chasing tails between, like we did last year, where we went around to my family and asked them the story behind their buck. They showed off their buck. So probably gonna do another video like that this year and have the best moments of chasing tails as well. So I hope you enjoyed chasing tails this year, and I will see you in the next video.